Then one of the dark shapes moved, its lumbering gait and the round shape of its head unmistakable. It turned so it stood fully in the dying light of the day and uncurled its short trunk to arch back like a snake against its head before it bellowed, a shrill trumpeting sound that carried to where Chih stood and beyond, likely all the way back to Red Road. Mammoth, Chih thought, frozen. Mammoths at the gates. Chapter 2. From the tree line, Chih paced and thought about what they should do, what they could do. They could turn around and try to find out what was going on from the town up the river. They could try the postern gate, which was less a secret than it was simply inaccessible, hidden along a ridge, a relic of the time when the Abbey actually had been a real military fortification. I heard there was the cave-in a few years ago. They meant to dig it out, but did they ever? I could try it. Chih's head jerked up at a low hooting, 2 slurred hollow notes, the second higher and softer. It was as familiar as their own face, and they turned with relief and no small amount of joy. The hoopoe in the tree behind them was male by his bright coloration and larger than most of the nation that lived in the Singing Hills Aviary, almost the size of a crow or a young chicken. He gazed down at Chih curiously from his perch in the tree, twisting his head back and forth. "Well, well," he said, "what a time for you to make your way home." Cleverness himself. Yes, I seem to have chosen a bad time, haven't I? Never a bad time to come home. I'm happy to see you. You need a haircut. Chih passed a hand over the 2 inches of hair on their head, grinning in spite of themselves. The barber in the last town I was in ran off with the circus. I did try. Try harder, the bird barked in a perfect imitation of Cleric Thien, who had once been a drill instructor in one, and Chih laughed. I can ask someone to take care of it for me when I get inside the walls. That is, if I can get inside the walls. Cleverness himself whistled, a disdainful sound. Oh, you want to get in? There's nothing easier. Will you stand me a ride? Oh, of course. Chih lifted their left shoulder slightly in invitation, and Cleverness himself glided down to secure his perch, his sharp nails knitting through the fabric of their indigo robe. He was heavier than almost brilliant, and his bulk actually blocked their vision on one side, but then they both got the balance. Tsk, all this, and you've lost weight, too, Cleverness himself said disapprovingly, flexing his feet on their shoulder. Let's get you inside so we can start feeding you up again. Rice porridge and rice porridge and rice porridge, and maybe a slice of toasted tofu if we've all been good, said Chih with a sigh. Where am I going? Home, of course. Start walking. Chapter 3. To Chih's uneasy surprise, Cleverness himself marched them down to the plain, over the footbridge that crossed the creek, then straight among the cluster of small blue and white striped pavilions that they had missed when they were staring at the mammoths in surprise. Planted at the center of the pavilions was a pole bearing an embroidered flag, that of a hound with a broad chest and a tiny curly tail facing right, one paw up. That's the flag of Northern Belle Pass, isn't it? Asked Chih, and Cleverness himself whistled disdainfully. It surely is. More precisely, with its little paw up like that. It's the insignia of the Go clan. Cute little dog, don't you think? Who's got a cute little face? Who's got the most adorable little paws? The last was uttered more loudly, pitched to Carrie, and suddenly there was a tall woman striding towards them out of the dim early evening. Her long robes looked too light for the evening chill, and too long for the outdoors, dragging in the grass. Despite that, she moved with an easy and menacing athleticism. Her head was half-shaved, one side as clean as a cleric's, the other side braided back to fall in long tails over her shoulder. By her side there was a long and slender sword of the ceremonial.